Hello, welcome. I'm glad you're here. We are here today to pick out my books for October, and I have two things I need to tell you. One, I don't like scary books. I'm doing them anyway because I'm doing them for you because it's October. It's the only time of year that I think, in general, I will do scary books. But yeah, so I'm a little nervous. And two, I have already picked out my books. And I apologize. I am so sorry. I was going to do my TBR teacup. I was originally going to do some dice or maybe even a spinny wheel to pick out my books from this stack. But, well, we'll get into that in a little bit. Now, if you saw my video for September TBR, you'll know that I have a lot of books on Libby. And they have just been coming in. So I'm doing a really good job, but I do have some books on Libby that I need to do for October. So they've already been picked out. A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. I have the book coming in from the library any day now, but I do have it on audio, and it's going to be due soon. So it'll be due like early days of October. I know nothing about it. Other than I love the cover and everybody seems to be talking about it. I've never read from this author before, so very excited for that. In fact, I'm going to have a lot of new authors this month. Another book that I have on audio is Wrong Place, Wrong Time. Now, there's a funny story with that. Months ago, I heard a booktuber talking about it, and I don't remember who they are. And they were talking about a number of books that I wanted to read. And I ended up putting Mad Honey on hold, and I got that one. I loved that book because Wrong Place, Wrong Time is about a mom who sees her son murder somebody, and then when she wakes up the next day, it's that same day. It's kind of a Groundhog's Day type movie where she gets to, and I guess she's going to relive that day over and over until maybe she fixes it. And Mad Honey was also a book about a mom whose son had murdered somebody. So I don't know if that's how I got them confused or what happened there. So hopefully I like Wrong Place, Wrong Time as much as I liked Mad Honey. Another one that I have, and I don't know if you'll be able to see see it from the glare. The Only One Left. This is a book that I remember people talking about last year, and I never caught the name, or it didn't stick with me, and I didn't remember who had been talking about it, but I really wanted to read it. And so I kind of gave a rough synopsis to somebody at Barnes & Noble. I did it to the librarian, and nobody knew who it was, which I think is funny because it's Riley Sager, and I've never read Riley Sager before, and I know this is the type of book they write. So this is about, there's a woman, she's old now, but when she was young, her entire family was murdered, and she was the only one who survived, and everybody suspected that it was her. Now she's old, and she's nonverbal, I guess. She has a new nurse coming to stay with her, and there's now a typewriter, and she's telling her story. So it really intrigues me, but people aren't really liking it lately. So I'm a little nervous about that, but maybe that's good, because if I go in with low expectations, I'll tend to like the book better, right? Let me know if that's true for you, because if I expect, I never do 5-star predictions. I never do, because I'm pretty much guaranteed for disappointment. So I'm really looking forward to this. Oh, put that there. Okay. So those are the audiobooks I have. And I do have a lot more coming in. I don't even remember what they are, and I might have to delay some of them, but we'll see. I also have Scythe. Can't see it very well because of the sticker. This is a young adult, and I am just really excited to read this. It's dystopian. People don't die anymore, and so they've actually have to have people killed. And that's really all I know about it. So I've been saving this for October. 5 books so far. 5. Okay. Now, I also have this stack of graphic novels. Now, they're graphic novels, so, you know, they're not that time consuming. I have Mouse 1 and 2, which is a World War II Nazi concentration camp kind of, that's all I know about it. I'm not loving the art style inside. Don't know if you can see that, but early October is Banned Book Week, and I'm planning on reading these for Banned Book Week. Crumbs, I know nothing about it other than she's a plus-size witch. At least I think she's a witch. She's got a broom on the first page. She's flying on it. Sounds like a witch to me. That's all I know. But that's enough. Fangs. This should be super quick. It's very little. Some of them are one-page panels, so there we go. Okay, believe it or not, I have never read Coraline. I've never seen the movie. Let's do it. Why not? So that's 5 graphic novels. So now we're up to 10 books. 10 books. Okay. And then, okay, Bad Blood. I am at the point where the library is not going to let me check this out anymore. Seriously. My library has automatic renewal. They let you check it out, I don't know, like 5 times. I've had this book, like, I swear, almost this whole year. I had to return it, and then I checked it out again. I have had this book for, they're not going to let me take it anymore. This is book 4 in the Naturals, and in the first one, it's 5 kids who live in a home that's kind of run by the FBI. They have special abilities, not like supernatural abilities. They just are very good at certain things like profiling and telling whether somebody is lying or not. They are supposed to work on cold cases because they are minors, but they end up kind of needling their way into the case that their handlers are working on. And I love this series. I inhaled the first 2. They were on audio, just consumed them. Had to read the second one. I'm a very slow reader. They're a little big, not too bad. That one took me a while. I've been putting this off. It's time. That's 11 books. This is where my plans changed. Okay. And so we're going to go kind of a little aside here. I have 3 new books, new to me books, that I have recently purchased. I bought Pearl. It's a middle grade graphic novel. Well, it says Amy's world changes after the attack on Pearl Harbor. So I will probably read this in December. I got this for 50 cents. Aristotle and Dante discover the secrets of the universe. I have wanted to read this forever. I actually started it, sort of. I mean, I listened to like a couple minutes of it on Hoopla, but my Hoopla wasn't working right. And that was about a year and a half ago. Seriously, like a year and a half ago. I found this at Goodwill for 50 cents. This will be one of my 26 and 26. Okay. This is the book that changed my plans. I was going to read a bunch of these. I was going to use the TBR teacup or roll some dice or a spinny wheel or something to pick a bunch of these. But I found this for 50 cents. I spent $1.50 for 3 books. This is book 6 in Series of Unfortunate Events. And I have the series. Now, I've read the first one. Well, I read the first 2. I remember the first one. I don't remember the second one. So, I'm going to read these. It is time. Now, I'm still missing book number 9, and I need a different book 4 because it's paperback. All the other ones are hardbound. But I read the first one and the second. I'm going to have to reread the second one. Let's put that one there. We're going to stick these back up here because they're heavy. So there's 13 books in the series, but I've read one. I'm not going to reread it. I'm going to reread the second one. So that makes 12 books. 12 books plus my 11. 12 books plus my 11. And I'm not even done with that. I have 2 mysteries that again, the library's not going to let me check out books anymore. I have had them for so long and returned them and had them again. So I'm trying really hard to read one of them this month, which means the other one will have to be next month. So that puts us at 24 books. 24 books. Have I mentioned I'm a slow reader? I'm a very slow reader. Like seriously, a slow reader. These are all, the series of unfortunate events will probably all be audio, except one of them doesn't seem to be on Libby. I'll have to poke around and check with that. But I mean, it must be somewhere. But I can physically read one of them. I am going to do a lot of audio, and 5 of them are graphic novels. But still, we're at 24. And yet there's more. So, I have a project that I'm working on that'll be early October. And I will need to read 3 or 4 books there. We're getting close to 30, right? We're getting there. 3 or 4 books. And yet, there's more. Because of this stack of books that I was going to pick with the cup or the dice or the wheel, there's 3 that I really want to get to this month. I really want to get to Witchlings. This is one of the books that I intended to read this year, and this is the month to do it. Like, seriously. It's new to me, fairly. Same with Exit 13. Also new to me. These are both from the book fair. This is about a witch who she's like an A+ student, but she doesn't get the coven that she wants, and she has to do a battle. We all love those battle things. So she has to do a battle in order to get to the right coven. This is a motel that the parents don't seem to know that there's something wrong, but the kids realize that things aren't where they're supposed to. Things are just weird at this motel. So it just sounds really good. Put that there. And Wake. I have had this book forever. It's one of those books that was too adult, even though it's young adult, to put out when my kids were little. So it's been in the other room. And this is a girl, she's 17, and she is constantly in other people's dreams. And so she's tired of being like the falling down dreams or the walking around naked but nobody seems to notice type dreams and all those other kinds of dreams that people have. She's in other people's dreams or living other people's dreams, and she's tired of it. And that just intrigues me, and it's either a duology or a trilogy, I think. And so I really want to read this. And that's 30 books altogether. 29, 30, something like that. I'm not sure what my math is doing. I don't even know. I don't even know what to do. If you have any suggestions, I would love to hear them. If you think any of these need to be skipped, I would love to hear that this is not a good book. I'll probably still read it anyway. But I don't want to hear if it's a good book because I don't want my expectations to be too high. But everybody loves this, and I already have the second book. I don't know how that happened, but I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm a little stressed. I'm stressed about this. But if I can get the series of unfortunate events done, even if I don't get to any of these, then I will be really close to my physical TBR goal for the year. And that's exciting. So, and these I can, like I said, I'm going to do audio. I will probably be able to do them, like at least the first ones are I can do 2 books a day maybe. So they do get thicker and thicker. I've recommended them for years. If you've read Series of Unfortunate Events, let me know. I do what I know of them, I know they're good books. They're popular books. They're always available. They're always being read. So I'm very excited to read those. I'm very excited for all of these. Coraline, if I skip a book, it'll probably be Coraline. Let me know. Should I skip it? I know everybody else has seen the movie or read the book. So, yeah, I'm a little stressed. If you have any recommendations for me, please leave a comment down below. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. That's like that's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, I'm good. Yes. All right. I'm sorry I didn't pick out using the TBR jar or dice or a spinny wheel. But these are the ones I need to get to. It was chosen for me. The universe picked for me. So what can I do but answer that call, right? Sure. Thank you for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time if I'm still around. Bye.